I was exactly one lap away from the promotion I've been grinding for. My hands were sweating and my heart rate was up. And then I met the local gatekeeper of Rank C. Welcome to the absolute chaos of the climb back to Rank B. And with the gift that keeps on giving, one more punt for the road ends a night of progress, gone in a split second. Let me show you how a perfect night turned into a total nightmare and how I turned things around the next day. The night actually started in the best possible way. First race, I'm crossing the line in P1. My lines were clinical, the car felt perfect. When the car is hooked up like this in VR, it feels like you can't miss the apex. And with the win followed by 2 podiums, Rank B was finally calling me back home. But then the lobby shifted. Enter the villain. Every lobby has one. I make a clean move on the outside of turn 1. I gave him plenty of room, and instead of conceding, this guy decides to use my door as his personal brake marker. I end up passing him, but he keeps coming back for more. He takes a dive on turn 4, hits my rear quarter, and sends me into a slide and just drives off like nothing happened. I'm pretty sure this person thinks we're married. Every time I try to get some me time ahead of them, they'd reappear like a clingy ex.
Of course he did.
Laid on the brakes in turn 2, straight into my rear end. This isn't racing, this is a game of tag at 150 miles per hour, and my clingy ex just had to have the last laugh. They door slam me on the straight,
Look at this.
then take the widest line possible to prevent me from having better exit speed. I come away with just a few DR points and wanting a restraining order. This is it, the last race of the night, but as soon as I see the leaderboard, I know I'm walking into the promotion trap.
BD at the top. BC, 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 BC.
In this race I start in high C.
Oh,
The game puts me in a promotion lobby to see if I can handle B rank.
and for those of you who may be watching, do me a favor and drop a like. I need all the help I can get.
But there's the glitch. The game matches me with low B drivers who are on a massive losing streak. Our hidden points are almost identical, so the game ignores the rank letters and throws us together, and it gets worse.
But I got a BC right behind me.
Even though I'm S rank for safety, the game widens the net and puts me in a lobby with unsafe drivers. One race away from B. Turn 2 on the first lap is always a bottleneck. Everyone is hitting everyone. It's a parking lot. I'm staying patient, trying to find the gap, taking the door bangs, and look at that. Blue car forces a gap that isn't there and ends up with a 2-second penalty.
So what you get, asshole.
I survived the chaos, and thanks to a few drivers who treated the rulebook as optional reading, I found myself in top 5. I'm smelling Rank B like Old Yeller smells steak. At the same time, I sense a final destination plot twist waiting to happen. Lap 1 is complete. We survived the first wave. I'm trying to bridge the gap to the leaders, but it takes a few laps. Lap 4, I see smoke ahead. Blue and white car in a full-blown war. I usually stay back and let them wreck each other, but they've slowed down so much that staying behind is actually more dangerous because the cars behind me don't have the same patience. I have to commit to the past. Turns out the smell of steak was me, and this is Old Yeller at his rabid end. While my wheel is doing its best impression of a runaway propeller, I'm watching my Rank B hopes reach its final destination for the night. If you need me, I'll be in the barrier contemplating a new hobby, one that doesn't involve a rabid dog going 150 into my door. The night ended with back-to-back murders, but because half the lobby was higher ranked, my DR barely felt the impact that my car did. As disappointed as I was still just a clean race and a good night's rest away from DRB. Tomorrow, I'm bouncing back like I'm Goku.
24 hours later.
New day, new mindset.
It's an alright lobby. I was scared.
Because I refuse to let it end like that. This lobby looks much cleaner. SRS across the board, and that's what we want to see. I'm starting in P3 with one race again to DRB, and this time I'm playing with high IQ.
Oh my god, my eyes itch.
The lights go green, and I'm bracing for the usual game of high-speed bumper cars through the first two turns. But then the unthinkable happens. Turn 1 and Turn 2 are actually respectful. I'm looking in my mirrors for a Rabid Dog, and all I see is professional distance and actual braking zones. I don't even have to go Super Saiyan. I just need to focus on not spinning out in that Red Bull ring, not collecting track penalties like they're Pokemon cards. As long as I don't pull a silly me and outbrake myself into the scenery, we are officially in the driver's seat for this promotion. Rank B is no longer a final destination plot point, it's a destination on the GPS, and I'm making great time. Couldn't be in a more perfect situation. The chaos is working in my favor. Ahead, P1 and P2 are so focused on a winner-take-all brawl that they're tripping over each other in every braking zone, hemorrhaging time and pulling me right into their slipstream. I check my mirrors and it's the same story behind me. P4 and 5 are locked in their own private war, drifting further back into the distance as they prioritize ego over lap times. I'm essentially sitting in a buffer zone of chaos. It's a strange feeling. I'm the only one in the pack that's not in a fight. I don't need to be a hero here, I just need to be disciplined, staying out of the dogfights and letting them slow each other down, and watching the Rank B promotion get closer with every corner. Just don't make any mistakes, just smooth inputs and hitting my marks. I'm all over the back of P2 now, the gap closing so fast I can practically count the scratches on his bumper. In any other race, my instinct would be screaming at me to send it, to dive down the inside and claim the spot, but I've already seen how this story ends, and I'm not interested in a sequel. If I jump into that fire, I just become part of the problem. Instead, I'm choosing to learn from their mistakes. I'll stay right here in P3, using their slipstream to pull myself away from the fights happening behind me. Staying in this pocket is the tactical move. It keeps the chasing pack at a distance and keeps my car in one piece. At this stage of the night, I don't need a trophy or a highlight reel overtake. I just need that Rank B badge to show up on my profile. I'm playing the long game now, and it's only a matter of time before one of them makes a mistake or gets a penalty for me to pass without even a fight. At worst, I would finish P3. And there it is. One man's mistake is another man's fortune. P1 pushes just a bit too hard, trying to win the entire race in the opening laps, and the Red Bull ring bit back. He catches power oversteer by accelerating too fast before the car is settled coming out of the turn, spins, and then hits the wall. Just like that, I inherit P2 for free. See my window in the corner? It's like watching a disaster movie in real time. Even more chaos is erupting behind me. P4 just absolutely nuked P3 into the shadow realm. It was a total heat of the moment lapse in judgment that sent one of them spiraling towards the barrier. And if I had been fighting aggressively for P2 earlier, I would have been right in the center of that shrapnel. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a literal survival tactic. To top it off, the driver that inherited the new P3 spot has a massive 3-second penalty hanging over their head. Once we cross the penalty marker and they serve that time, I'm going to have a massive gap behind me. I won't have anyone breathing down my neck to push me into a mistake, and I'm certainly not going to push myself into a hero lap just to end up like the last P1, staring at the wall and wondering where it all went wrong. This is the high IQ strategy in action. By staying patient and maintaining my discipline, I let the race come to me instead of trying to force a result that wasn't there. I've moved up the ladder tonight without trading a single paint chip or losing a mirror, simply by avoiding the desperation of the battles behind me and not getting involved into the battles in front of me.
I am not going to push it. I will take second place. Take it with a smile on my face.
I'm driving my own race now, and the Rank B badge is practically being handed to me on a silver platter.
What's up, Bobby? Appreciate that.
Honestly, a moment like that hits different. That support helps the mental game more than people realize. When you're in the middle of a high-pressure climb like this, where one rabid dog or a single track penalty can undo hours of work, knowing people actually have your back makes the promotional trap feel a lot less lonely. It's easy to get tilted when you're staring at the back of a bumper and your DR is on the line, but seeing the community show up keeps the focus sharp. It reminds me that even if the race feels like a solo mission, we're all grinding through the ranks together. Every like, every comment, it's like a bit of extra downforce for the soul. It keeps the morale high when the barriers are getting a little too close for comfort. We're not just chasing a letter on a profile, we're building a story, and I truly am glad you guys are here to see the comeback. Last lap, final few corners, no traffic, no rammers, just the sound of the engine and the road. This is why we play in VR. This is the immersion that makes the grind worth it.
Those up there is gone.
Crossing the line, second place. Let's see the reward.
It should put me in B.
Redemption earned. Night 1 tried to break me, and Night 2 brought it home. If you want to follow the climb to Rank A, stick around. If you want to see how I got here, please check the playlist below. There it is.
I am back in B.
See you on the next track.